What's going on? What's going on, YouTube, man? This is your guy Manny, and this is the Talking Sports with Manny YouTube channel. This particular video is for the Washington football fans, Washington football nation. Let's rise up. Tons and tons of information to go through. I'm going to talk about the QB room. I'm going to talk about the tight end room, and I'm going to talk about the running back room. So I'm going to share my screen, and we're going to just dive on in. I'm going to make this thing short and sweet and to the point because that's just how I roll. I got things to do today, so kind of wanted to get on here and just kind of share some information with you guys. So let's go all the way down. Like I said, there's tons and tons of information that's been popping up today. So I said, well, you know what? Why not just get on and just make a video? So, man, it's so much information. Y'all bear with me. The coaches were talking about the running backs and quarterbacks, and just a lot of good stuff happening today. Look at Jeremy Reeves out here having fun, having a blast. This is the kind of stuff that I like to see. You know what I'm saying? I love to see people having fun and doing the things. So, you know, rookies out here having fun. I think this video right here was pretty. I mean, this picture right here was pretty dope. I love it. Look at Jared Patterson. The guy is so short, but you just gotta love it. I think here's the little video of it right here. Let me try to expand that. All I can say is the number 58 is big. I think that's Shaka Tony. Shaka Tony is big. I mean, they say that what's his name? Brown is like 6'1". Shaka Tony's supposed to be like around 6'3". He looks like he's 6'4", 6'5". But yeah, let me get through all the silly stuff, and then we'll go ahead and jump right in. This is a message from Jamin Davis, man. He's excited to be a part of the team. So yeah, he looks great in burgundy and gold. Actually, I'm just trying to make sure that I'm not missing any information. Charles Leno is excited to be part of the football team. So I love it, man. New players in their uniforms and things of that nature. Just good stuff, good stuff. So I think we'll start it here. I think this is a good point to start. I'll just scroll up. I have my stuff organized, but I have other notifications that come in. But yeah, we're gonna go ahead and dive in with the football team and expectations. What's to come? So Chris Russell is a pretty good follow. I like following him on Twitter. He brings tons and tons of information. Here is Taylor Heineke, man, with the bandage still on his forehead. So, quarterback coach says some good things about Taylor Heineke, what he needs to do to, kind of get to that next level. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna get to that quote. I don't want to jump ahead of myself, but here's Antonio Gibson. He's excited. Media day, gotta love it. So, all right, we'll go ahead and start with John Kimes' tweet. He says, wide receiver coach Drew Terrell says of this group, says, we have every skill set. Okay. Have players who can win outside, have players who can win inside, who can move around. And that's what you want. That's what you want. The wide receiver room has never been this versatile since I've been a fan, so it's just nice to kind of have guys who are outside and inside. And it'll be interesting to see what 6 wide receivers we end up keeping. Terrell also raved about Cam Sims. He called him the glue of their group. He says that he became a true pro last year. They relied on him a ton, and he has done a fantastic job. Terrell says he says that he's one of the smartest guys in the room, and being able to move him around. He's really excited for Cam Sims and what's ahead. And I talked about Cam Sims being a semi-lock. He's a guy that's a semi-lock to make the team. Cam Sims is like a true outside wide receiver, that big wide receiver that we need. Just in case that Harmon or AG don't pan out, you always have Cam Sims. So I think Cam Sims brings a lot to the table, and I'm excited to see what Cam Sims brings to the table. Chris Russell was talking about what the tight end coach was saying. He says that his passionate style, maybe because his language is so colorful, but he's saying that his style of coaching brings fire to that tight end group, and you gotta love it. And Honer also said that he sees Logan Thomas as a top 7 tight end in the NFL. Now, he's just not being biased. When you look at what Logan Thomas did last year, he brought a lot to the table. Logan Thomas is as solid as they come. So yeah, Logan Thomas as a top 7 tight end, I can give him that. He needs to improve on his blocking, but he's getting there. So the tight end coach also talked about Simmons Reyes. He says that Simmons Reyes has great hands and he's doing a heck of a job, especially for somebody who has never played tight end before. He said that he compared him to Chris Manhertz, a guy that he had in Carolina that's now in Jacksonville. He's considered to be one of the better blocking tight ends in the NFL. So for somebody who's never played the game, and Pete Honer is out here comparing Simmons Reyes to a pretty good blocking tight end. That gives me hope. That gives me hope. Now, he says that the drops don't really bother him. Yes, Simmons Reyes has had some drops in camp, and I'm going to kind of talk about that. So John Com says that Reyes has made some excellent catches, but says some drops are as a result of used to running routes and looking back through the defense and things of that nature. So it seems like some concentration issues, I'm saying, which he can work on. It's a simple fix. So concentration issues, but he still has great hands. So it's more so the routes, when he has to block, and then maybe from blocking you transition into a route. He's having trouble with that and kind of like concentrating and finding the ball while reading the defense. The tight end position is a tough job. I mean, you see rookies who come in and they don't even really come on the scene or break out to like year 3, maybe year 4. So he's a project. I expect Simmons Reyes to be in the practice squad. So moving on. So Horner on the depth and the battle position of the group. He says in the ideal world, you want 3 Logan Thomases out there, but it's still good to have at least one Logan Thomas. So you can't be mad at that sentiment. So Logan Thomas, we talked about that, him being a top 7 tight end in the NFL. He also says that he's seen growth in his game during the OTAs as far as getting in and out of his breaks and understanding routes. What we need to realize is that Logan Thomas is very new to playing the tight end position. I mean, he really had some success last year, and he really got to show his skills, and his skills actually got to grow. Honer also said that Simmons Reyes and rookie John Bates, about those 2 guys, he says that he's anxious to get them out there in training camp. He wants to see how they handle being in pads, the heat, the increased intensity in practice, preseason games, etc. So he's excited about the tight end group and what potential they can bring to this group. So we now transition to the running backs. Running backs coach Randy Jordan was talking about Jared Patterson. He says he's a guy that we're really excited about, and he's going to do a heck of a job for us this season. He says that he's much better receiver than what he saw on tape. Well, they didn't throw him the ball in Buffalo, so of course you're going to see different things on tape when you're actually giving him that chance to catch the ball. He also mentioned that Washington's running back coach was he was talking about Jared Patterson, and he said it's a pleasant surprise. It's a pleasant surprise on how well he can catch the ball. So that's something pretty interesting, something pretty awesome. So also Randy Thomas talking about the group in general. He says that he feels pretty good about the position overall, and signals out Peyton Barber. So singling out Peyton Barber, I guess that means that there's some love for Peyton Barber. There's a role for Peyton Barber. So it'll be interesting to see what running backs are kept. I'm thinking we're going to keep 4 running backs, but it really could be 3. But I really see 4. I really see 4, and Jared Patterson being the 4th guy. He says that he's excited about Jared Patterson. I've talked about that. His ability to catch the ball. That just seems to be the trend. They're loving his game in the passing. And I think that's, if they had to choose between Jared Patterson and Peyton Barber, they're going to go Patterson because of his ability to catch that ball. And that's just something that they're going to continue to look at. So here's Mr. Swag himself, Mr. Swag, Ryan Fitzpatrick, QB1. He looks good in burgundy and gold. I'm not even going to lie about that. So um, pretty much, okay, here's Nikki's take um, on Jared Patterson. He says, from what the coach says, it says, when I watch him on tape and his ability to make his teammates better, says the offensive line better because he is able to make us, he's able to make runs and see things before they happen. So he's really a true running back. He's nothing like JD McKissick, and Antonio Gibson, who transitioned from wide receiver to running back. This is a pure running back, and he sees the field differently, like a pure running back. So that's an added element to the offense. I'm glad that we have Patterson, and we got him for free. We didn't have to draft this guy; we just pretty much scooped him up. So I'm excited for his potential. I'm cheering for him. We transitioned to quarterbacks. Uh, Ken Zampese on Ryan Fitzpatrick. He says he got a great deal of swag. Like that's just who Ryan Fitzpatrick is. He has that moxie. He has that swag. He's gonna bring some excitement to this offense. Say what you want to say about Fitzpatrick. He's gonna make this offense real exciting. He plays with his heart, and regardless of his age, he just goes all out. So uh, like that words that Ken describes Fitzpatrick with swag, you know what I'm saying? Authentic, he says he drops all these one-liners and bombs on guys. He's just Ryan. So he's just a guy that players love to be around, players love to play with, and the offensive line is going to play for this guy. Those are the kind of guys that you need. Um, Ken Zampanzi also said that Fitzpatrick's personality, sense of humor, and communication skills reminds him of his time in Green Bay with a guy named Brett Favre. And honestly, I can see that Brett Favre type joy for the game out of Fitzpatrick. So I can definitely see that. So Zampese also says what Taylor Heineke needs to do to take the next step is health. Health is very important. He needs to stay on the field. You know what I'm saying? Durability is everything. Zampese also says he wants Taylor Heineke to prove that he wasn't just a 5-quarter wonder. I mean, we got a half a quarter here and then 4 quarters here in the playoffs against the Bucks, and that was just pretty much all we know of Taylor Heineke. I mean, sometimes your best ability is availability. You know what I'm saying? So, with that being said, he needs to continue to work on his body, which he's been in the gym. He's adding pounds. He's added like 15 pounds. He needs to add about 10 more just to have more durability and absorb these hits when he gets hits. He also says that he loved what he saw from Heineke behind the scenes. He says he couldn't do what he did if everything that he's seeing pretty much it just when you think of Heineke, you're thinking of his smarts and his grit and his toughness. So Zampese loves that. You know what I'm saying? Out of Taylor Heineke. Um, the offensive line coach Travell Wharton was talking about Charles Leno. It says if you can have a veteran left tackle with a lot of experience, you've got that in the locker room. And I mean, you gotta have veterans. Veterans are so important, even if it's just not with their play, it's with their words, their actions, the way that they prepare for the game. So you got to love that. The offensive line was also talking about Sadiq Charles. He says that he's a better fit as a guard or an OT. I mean, they're asking him, like, where do you see Charles? As an OT or as a guard? He says he can play both. He has a quickness to play on the outside, and he has a strength to play on the inside. He's a big asset to us. So it seems like they might use this guy at guard and tackle. I mean, you just never know. You just got to have guys. If you're going to keep 9 offensive linemen, you want to make sure that your 4 guys that are like the backups can play three all 3 spots. You just can't say, "Oh, I'm keeping a center." Well, centers hardly ever come out the game, so you got to have guys that can fill in, just be all over the field. So those are things that you want to see. Also, the OL coach was talking about Charles Leno, being an asset to these young guys. He sees him often pointing out various clues to look for based on alignment. So those are things that you cannot teach. Obviously you have a coach, but sometimes these players listen better from somebody who has played or who's playing, somebody who's in the trenches right now. So you gotta credit Leno for that. We go ahead and transition to the linebacking group. Linebackers coach Steve Russ, he's talking about Jamin Davis. He says I guess it was size, his size and athleticism really jumped off the tape. You know what I'm saying? And even though they haven't really seen much of what he can do, I think through camp and as we transition to preseason, they're going to really get to see what they have in Jamin Davis. He says that he had both tremendous instincts in both the run and the pass. He's not a leak. He says not a lot of leaky yards. That's good. Says you saw how bright he was. That's also good. More from the linebackers coach, Nikki reports. She says, one of the things that I've loved about Jamin in watching his film is he can play anywhere. You know what I'm saying? All three linebacker spots. And that's what Ron Rivera preaches. He preaches position flex. And that's something that the team is looking for. That's something that I'm excited about. So, guys, man, I hope you guys enjoyed this review. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Just wanted to get on here real quick and just give you guys as much information as I can pertaining to the Washington football team. I'm excited for the running back rooms. I'm hoping that Jared Patterson makes the team. I'm hoping that Simmons Reyes continues to progress. I think he's going to start off the year on the practice squad. And then if injury happens, he might be called up to the 53. I'm loving what I'm hearing about the quarterback group. I'm loving what I'm hearing about the linebackers, the rookies. So, guys, man, if you guys are new to the channel, please like, please subscribe, please share. Once again, guys, this is your guy, Manny. This is the Talking Sports with Manny YouTube channel. And I will see you guys on the next video. I'm out. Peace.